Data visualization is the process of turning information and data into a visual representation that tells some sort of story. You've doubtlessly heard the phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words." The same should hold true for data visualization. A good data visualization can substitute for thousands of words of text. It can make more tangible an amorphous concept or relationship, and it can help an audience digest a complex concept in a matter of seconds. Let's take the idea of carbon emissions. Here's the data visualization. So, of course, your goal for this project will be to come up with something this slick and professional looking. Just kidding. This is an extreme and extremely creative example of what can be done. But let's look at another example, sticking with carbon emissions. This one is much more simple, and it's closer to your ultimate target. Let's go quickly through the basics of a figure like this one. First, we have the title. The title should be in the largest font in the figure and give a clear, concise explanation of what information is in the figure. Second, we have the axes. These are labeled to show what is being depicted in the graph. In this case, the Y or vertical axis is depicting values for CO2 emissions in kilotons per year. The X or horizontal axis is depicting those years. Axes should have labels, that is, they should remind the reader of what the values are, in this case on the vertical axis, CO2 emissions in kilotons. The one exception is when the values are obviously years. Then we have the data series, in this case, yearly emissions for the United States, China, and the rest of the world, or ROW. This graph is a stacked area graph, which simultaneously shows A, emissions for each group or country, B, total emissions, and C, the share of those emissions in any given year that each group or country is accountable for. You can think of it almost like a pie chart running through time. We also have a legend. The legend is the key to understanding what the various data series represent. In this case, it's color-coded to show which data series is which. That is, USA is blue, China is red. The only missing piece at this point is the caption. The caption is the accompanying text that provides additional information for the reader. This needs to include 1. A restatement of the title, sort of in the form of figure X, the title. 2. A short description of the story the graph should be telling and/or information that provides context. This should be done in max 200 words or so. And finally, it should include references to your data sources. Let people know where they can find out more information along these lines. Here's an example of a pretty simple figure as well. In this figure, you'll note that the y-axis label is formatted horizontally at the top of the axis. This is purely a stylistic choice. Now this figure deviates a bit from the norm because it does not include a caption. Yours definitely should, however. This video has given a brief overview of what the assignment is about and why. For now, the tricky part will be identifying data on your policy brief topic and choosing how to visualize it. There are a variety of great online resources for this that can walk you through the choice of the type of chart you will make and the mechanics of composing the figure, right? Or the chart, as they're sometimes called, in Google Sheets, which has the virtue of being free to you to use. Now check the assignments page on Canvas. The links to those videos and some other possible sources of information are in the assignment description. Good luck. Remember that this is a first or rough draft. Do your best, but don't be too concerned if you make mistakes. You'll have an opportunity to update in the context of your policy brief.